Welcome to the video. Let's play tic-tac-toe against the computer using Python. Using OpenAI's version of ChatGPT 3.5, I generated a single-player version of tic-tac-toe in Python. I will use this video to show how the game is played. It's fun because it's easy to win, but it has its quirks. The computer player makes its plays completely randomly, which gives the human player a great advantage to apply intelligent strategy to play to win. First, I am changing the program to ask the human player's name at the beginning of the game. It will be stored in a variable named name and used later on. I'm using Ctrl+X to cut and paste it to the beginning of the infinite while loop from something I was experimenting with earlier. After pasting, I must remove the space before the print command. The reason for this is it is a requirement in Python to use spacing to define nested blocks of code. In contrast, Java and JavaScript use curly braces. And indentation is encouraged, but it is technically optional. In addition, Python does not use semicolons at the end of statements. Instead of copying and pasting this input command from below, I will type it in here. Notice you can add a string as an argument, which will be the text shown when asking for the user to input their name. Remember, it's not what we call a literal string or a hard-coded string until the quotes are put around the words. It also changes colors, which is a powerful feature in a development environment as it makes the code easier for a human to follow. It's time now for our next edit. It's almost time to play, let's go. Now I will scroll down to the part that uses the name. Sit tight while I copy and paste some code from another website that I found on a Google search for printing the date. I went to the other page and copied this text, and I used the keyboard command Ctrl+V to paste it here identically as it appeared in the search results. The indentation must be fixed still. In Python, statements must be indented into the function using the tab key. Notice that there are vertical lines to illustrate the depth or level of the indentation, which lets the Python interpreter know that code is inside of the block and not code after the block. Then the import statement must go at the top. So I will cut using Ctrl+X and paste using Ctrl+V. Let's keep going. Now it's time to play. Keep a watch out for what happens after winning 9 games. This is how it can be run from the command prompt on a Windows laptop that has Python 3.12 installed. First, the program prompts for the player's username for CCPS email, the part before the @ in your email address. If, for example, the user's name was Kendrick Johnson, it would look similar to this. The 55 lets us know there were 54 students with a first initial K and last name starting with Johnso before Kendrick was enrolled in the school system. However, I will play as myself. To play the center space, type B2. Just like in Google Sheets, the columns are labeled with alphabet characters and the rows with numbers. As stated previously, the computer automatically plays a random space. The computer's strategy is easily defeated by a logical human. Note at this prompt, in order to continue playing, you must type the entire word yes, and it is case sensitive. After this third game, the video skips to the 6th game, which was the most competitive, which is to say it took an extra move to win. Ela. The game keeps score of how many times you have won and how many times the computer has won. Something different happens after the 9th win. Notice after the 9th win, extra information is printed to the console. There are a couple of more things to notice here. First, the program ends after typing just the letter Y instead of the full word yes. Additionally, there is an error when it exits. Even though we created the variable name, it is out of the scope of where it is called in the final print command. More about this in a subsequent video. In the description, a link to the source code is available to try playing or even for hacking to change the gameplay. Until next time, have fun.